any of these reserved? No, so. Fine.
Good evening. Welcome. Before the processional begins, please be reminded that this is a dignified event. As such, we respectfully request that parents, family, and friends acknowledge the accomplishments of our students by means of applause. Air horns and other noisemakers distract and infringe upon the recognition of others and are not permitted at this ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, families and friends may join their graduate for pictures. Thank you for your cooperation. District administration, Board of Education members, and faculty are represented in their university attire. At this time, kindly stand and join me in welcoming Northern Burlington County Regional High School's class of 2019. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, Derek Hubbard, National Honor Society President, will lead the flag salute.
Please rise for the flag salute and remain standing for the presenting of the colors by our Air Force JROTC and the singing of the national anthem performed by the senior class choir.
Left about. Coach. Call guard. Halt. Reset. Pause.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Order. Coach. Call guard dismissed.
The graduation theme this year is Making the World a Better Place. The senior address and graduation address will speak to this theme. Right now, one thing is abundantly clear. The world could use a little more peace, love, and understanding. John F. Kennedy said, "One person can make a difference, and everyone should try." If we can all do this, the world would be a better place. So I would like to share some suggestions with you tonight. You can make the world a better place by making yourself a better person. Be kind, don't judge. Have respect for others. Spread kindness like confetti. Don't listen to or participate in gossip on or offline. Spend less time online. Express gratitude often. Look after those that you love and tell them that you love them often. Learn more about other cultures, faiths, ideas, and languages, people, and their history. Be more considerate of others, whether you know them or not. Appreciate your environment. Take care of where you live. Use less paper, recycle. Be conscious of your energy use. Decrease your ecological footprint. Donate. Donate your time by volunteering for a cause, a person, or a place in need. Donate items that you no longer need to someone who is in need. You can make a difference in someone's life. Drive patiently. It's not a race. And put away your phone. You don't need it when you drive. And finally, greet people that come across your path during the day. Say good morning. Say hello. Most importantly, smile. Mother Teresa said, "We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do." So just think about it. If we did one small thing, even if it was only every now and then, imagine the impact that we could have on the world. Class of 2019, I know that you will do great things. At this time, Perry Emil Santos, one of our speakers, will now present this year's senior address.
I read recently that there was a line to summit Mount Everest. It's funny, I think, how even the universe is telling us that we can never travel too far from traffic. That at our highest peak, there is always someone who got there first. Always someone who got up a little earlier or climbed a little faster, a whole stratosphere ahead of you. A reminder that even at 20,000 feet, there is still someone who beat you to it. Growing up, I was always obsessed with being first. My duty as kindergarten line leader took no prisoners. Gym class banter was always a race to the finish line. I'd read articles about the first man on the moon or the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, obsessed over inventors and world record holders, tinkering with the idea that one day, I too would have ground to break. But you see, 12 years ago when I started my education, life was much different. Now the view at the top has gotten a little crowded, and at 29,000 feet, everything looks a whole lot smaller. Being first appears to be less and less possible. They say people who climb Mount Everest are often prone to summit fever, the deep compulsion to reach the top of the mountain at all costs. Yet in their pursuit of the peak, they surrender all other aspirations. It is no understatement to say throughout our 4 years here at Northern, we have had summit fever. We've written the papers, passed the tests, and done the work with the hope of being here today. We have reached our summit. But oftentimes, our most meaningful contributions have no finish line, no first place to be won. This year, I worked extensively with the Human Relations Committee, comprised of administrators, teachers, parents, and students from our own graduating class, to develop initiatives to improve school climate and address issues such as bullying, racism, and political discourse. This type of work, I learned, transcends the summit and cannot be pedestaled into a ranking. When I see members of our life and peer leadership group educating freshmen in hopes of improving their decision-making, I am reminded that change like this surpasses our 4 years of high school. That the merit of our contributions is not weighed by our timeliness or position on the finish line, but rather is judged by its impact and meaningfulness to others. And while we may have reached the top of this mountain, we must not let summit fever make us feel like our work is done, that we have crossed some finish line and won the race. True change is not defined by a moment, but rather is spearheaded by a movement. In Clint Smith's poem, Counting Descent, he writes, I might like to be in a garden where even after I die, the residue of me can help grow something more beautiful than I ever was. Perhaps you have your next Everest to climb, beaten ground ready for you to hike upon. Or, on the other hand, perhaps you have a different mountain to scale, a summit less crowded but just as beautiful. Either way, as we join together today, surrounded by years of tradition, football games and musicals, band concerts and field trips, in this moment, it is our contributions that stands out in this storied place. And as we continue to navigate through our own becoming, we are reminded that while we might not be the first ones at the top, our true summit lies in the legacies we create. Thank you.
At the Senior Awards ceremony on June 13th, the seniors before you were honored with $324,513 in scholarships and awards. I invite all graduates who receive scholarships and senior awards to stand and be recognized. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. Graduates, please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Joseph Woods II, who will present one of our two recognition speeches.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was tasked with the duty of writing a speech about my greatest inspiration. As an athlete, some of the first people that came to mind were professional basketball players and football players, such as A.J. Green, Michael Jordan, or Kobe Bryant. But as I continued to think, I realized that their contribution to my life was distant and minimal. I needed to write about someone who has continuously touched my life on a daily basis and has shaped me to be the man I am today. That person would be my father, Joseph Ellis Woods I. Last spring, June 5th to be exact, I moved up here to Columbus, New Jersey to live with my father again. The move was one of the hardest things I've done in my life. I was leaving a whole life behind me and coming to a new territory for my final year of high school. This was scary for me, and I know without a doubt that I could not have done it without my father. Though my father had encouraged me and supported me throughout my earlier years in my high school career, there was something different about him actually being there, present, to witness my senior year. If I were to describe my father with one word, I would use teacher. All he does is continue to teach me through his actions and his words. My father has demonstrated what it means to be a man. He has continuously found ways to teach me lessons that he has learned at a very young age, whether through one-on-one conversations, devotions, or family meetings. I have taken heed to all the lessons and applied them to my everyday life. If I were to pick the lesson that has stuck with me the most, it would be not one that he has taught me verbally. It was through the actions and demonstrations of my father. He has shown me that it is my duty as a male to provide for my family. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, "But if any not provide for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel." This means that as a man, it is his duty to provide for his family and to protect them. My father has demonstrated this attribute of provision time and time again. Because of our strong faith, he has taught me this, and that it is of the utmost importance. He also is not afraid to show emotion. Being vulnerable does not mean weakness, but it shows strength. Showing emotion, like love, is not a symbol of weakness, but of strength. This is illustrated by the want to show me that he cares and loves me. I would not be the man I am today if not for my father, and this graduation for me would not be possible if not for him. He paved the way for me to be successful. He has been a role model and a guide for me. He has shown me not only what it means to be a great father, brother, uncle, son, and friend, but he has demonstrated how to be a great leader and a man. It is for these very reasons why he is my inspiration. Thank you.
At this time, Aida Ingram will present the second recognition speech.
Hey, is this thing on? Can everybody hear me? Because for years I couldn't hear you. As many of you know, I wear hearing aids, though this is not the only struggle I've overcome. I'm here today to be transparent about what I've overcome and encourage you to be open and honest about your struggles as well. For the last 4 years at Northern, I have walked in the halls among a bunch of people my age who had similar upbringings from one another, but seemed drastically different than my own. One of the most obvious differences between me and my peers is the fact that I was born into an orphanage in Russia and came to America when I was 3 years old. I was with my adoptive family for a couple years until they decided to disrupt the adoption process they had signed on for and give me up for adoption. Once again, I had no true home. Luckily, a family in Chesterfield adopted me, and this would become my forever home, with parents that would help me grow and thrive. The adoption process and life in the orphanage impacted me greatly. I developed behavioral, attachment, emotional, and academic issues. However, through love and support, my family, friends, teachers, and coaches aided in me becoming who I am today. In fact, it was my coaches, Coach Ritter and Val Budd, who were able to identify my hearing impairment. My academic and behavioral issues started to decrease, and everyday things got a little better. In terms of my academics, I was able to move up and challenge, I was able to move up levels and challenge myself in ways I hadn't been able to before. Shout out to Janice and Tom for being some awesome parents and putting up with me throughout the years, supporting me and holding me accountable for my grades. I love you guys with all my heart. I'll take the clap. Thank you. Going through these experiences, the experience of several adoptions, struggling with my hearing and my academics didn't break me. If anything, they were essential to me becoming who I was supposed to be. I challenge all of you to not look at the challenging situations your life presents as endpoints, but rather starting points in which you can learn and grow from all the adversity you face. We still got a lot of road ahead of us, but if we just change our thinking a little bit and are open and honest with ourselves and with others about what we have to overcome, we'll all be better in the end. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. Thank you, class of 2019.
At each graduation ceremony, the class treasurer presents a gift to the school on behalf of the entire class. This year, Jill Shaw, class treasurer, will present the class gift.
On behalf of the senior class of 2019, we will be donating our remaining funds to the classes of 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 to offset the cost of their events and to help students in need. Our hope is that future classes will pay it forward as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill, and the class of 2019. At this time, I would like to present the class of 2019 to Dr. James Saruta, Northern Burlington County Regional District Superintendent.
Welcome, parents, family, and friends. On behalf of the Northern Burlington County Regional Board of Education, its administration, faculty, and support staff, welcome. To Dr. Lopez, high school principal, our board members seated behind me, the administrators throughout the room, Carson Norway, president of the class of 2019, Melissa Flynn, student council president, class council members, student government officers, and all graduating seniors, welcome. Thank you, Mr. Taylor, for another wonderful performance from the senior chorale, wherever Mr. Taylor is. And thank you. And I'd like to say thanks to our faculty and our support staff that are here tonight. The seniors know how dedicated they are in the classroom and outside of the classroom. And if you look through the audience, you'll see many teachers and administrators who are here to support this amazing class of 2019. So I'd like to ask our faculty and our support staff to please stand and be recognized so that we can say thank you. And I'm going to do this. I thought about it, and I said, do it, don't do it, do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to break from protocol. I'm going to ask Joe Coleman, Kate Lasco, and Joyce Sardo to please stand. These three are graduated, are retiring this year, somewhat graduating, and I know they meant a lot to this graduating class, so I just want to say thank you to these three. So I guess you are graduating with them. That was really nice. And how about those speeches tonight, the speeches from these students? Really, really great. Thank you so much. Northern Burlington is very proud to serve the active military families from the Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst. At this time, I'd like to ask all retired, all active military, and all first responders to please stand so that we could take a moment in this group tonight and thank you for everything that you do, you've done every day. Please stand and be recognized. And we have members of our graduating class who will be joining the military upon graduation. Will those seniors please stand and be recognized as well? So what makes Northern Burlington so special? I was walking across campus today trying to decide what we're going to do, inside or outside, and I got a call from a high school friend, someone that I've stayed in touch with for a long time. It's been a long time since I've sat in a graduate seat graduating from high school. But we've stayed in touch. I've been to his wedding, he was in my wedding, I've watched his kids grow, and now we're having fun and watching our grandchildren grow together. And he called me today just to see how things were going. And I started telling him about how special Northern Burlington is. And he said, well, why? I said, well, you know something? Our programs here are just tremendous. You know, our advanced academics, science, technology, engineering. I talked about agri-science. I talked about our second year junior ROTC program. I was so proud, our agri-science program, theater arts, everything that we're doing here. Music, athletics, just everything that we do is great. We're a great school. And he paused. He said, well, you know, doesn't every high school kind of offer that stuff? And I said, well, you know, not every high school, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. You know, there's a lot that we do here at Northern Burlington that a lot of other high schools do. But then I paused and I said, you know, really what makes Northern a great school? It's the students. It's the faculty. It's the character of the people who come to Northern Burlington every day. And I told the seniors this at graduation, and I meant it. This class has been an awesome class, and I thank them for what you did every day, for the attitude and the character that you brought to school every day. I thank the faculty. That's what makes Northern Burlington great. Administration, board. And you know what else makes Northern Burlington great? We know it takes a village to raise a child. And the people in this room, the parents, the grandparents, the family friends that supported these kids right on through, thank you. That's what makes Northern Burlington great, and that's what separates us from other schools in this state. Thank you, senior class. Good job. So there, we're great. And you know, and great people lead to great friends, and great friendships, and then great memories. So my message is simple. Don't lose track, seniors, of all this greatness. Stay in touch with your friends. And if you don't disappoint them, they won't disappoint you. And now that you're a part of all this greatness, what I want you to do is wake up tomorrow morning and get to work creating your future. Abraham Lincoln said that the best way to predict your future is to create it. You know how to be kind to others, and you know how to give to others, so take the skills you now have and do just that. Create your own future and make this world a better place. It's this positive spirit that we recognize the class of 2019. And this evening, I will take a moment to recognize one senior that I believe represents the class of 2019 and exemplifies all that's good at Northern. On behalf of every student here this evening, I now ask Vani Singh to please stand and be recognized. No, it's not that easy. Yep. Vani, I call your name tonight because you are the epitome of a Northern student. Vani's described as a remarkable young woman with a strong desire to learn. She's kind, intelligent, and determined to make the world a better place. She's open-minded and understanding, never judging others' beliefs, values, or goals. She's not one to follow the crowd. Instead, she strives to forge her own path. Her teachers describe her as a self-disciplined, organized, and strong leader. Vani's also a drum major in Northern Burlington's marching band, first chair tenor saxophone in the competitive jazz ensemble, and president of the Music Honor Society. Vani will attend Rutgers University in the fall, where she will major in civil engineering. So Vani, tonight you represent everything that's great about Northern Burlington. Take with you tonight the knowledge that you are special. Thank you, Vani. And sincerely, to all the graduates, know that you will always have a friend at Northern. When you go out in the world, don't forget us here at Northern. Become an ambassador for your school. And know that you are good enough to solve the ills of the world. Become the envy of the world, and never confuse having a career with having a life. Best wishes for your future, class of 2019. Now here's what we've all waited for. By the authority vested in me by the Northern Burlington County Regional Board of Education and the state of New Jersey, I certify to you that the young men and women assembled before you have met all of the requirements for a high school diploma in the state of New Jersey and are entitled to all of the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations, class of 2019. Good job. Thank you.
It is with much pride that I introduce the class council officers. Reagan Narwood, class historian. Jill Shaw, class treasurer. Lindsay Mitchie and Brielle O'Neill, co-class secretaries. Caitlin Kerfus, class vice president. And Carson Norway, class president. These students will begin the official process for their classmates to receive their diploma presented by members of the Board of Education. Ms. Duff and Ms. Lennar will present each student with a majestic red oak, New Jersey state tree, signifying strength and endurance.
It is now our pleasure to read the names of the graduates. As your name is called, please come forward to receive your diploma.
Isabella Christine. Oh, sorry. Okay. Isabella Christine Albano.
Yusuf A. Ali.
Anna Grace Altwies.
Kyle R. Innocent.
Garrett Ballinger. Megan Ray Bengilan.
Econ Sparty.
Anjani H. Bhavsar.
Jenna Reed Booth.
Thomas Michael Breslin.
Michaela Marie Brutnell. Nicolette Yasmin Bullard.
Kathleen E. Burrow.
Erica Nicole Buscanera.
Joseph Campbell.
Marissa Anella Beatrice Carpin. Bella M. DeLuise.
Michael William DeVito. Catherine Mary Deeker.
Dominique A. Doyle.
Suni Dravidad. Joshua R. Edwards.
Rachel Ann T. Enriquez. Olivia Caitlin Ivanko. Ryan Anthony Fig.
Robert James Fell.
Andrew Jacob Fellens. Melissa Elizabeth Flynn.
Ryan Murphy Gallagher. Amanda Mary Gonzalez. Lilia Rebecca Gravenstein.
Jenna Elizabeth Guevara.
Nicholas Adrian Gutierrez. Elena Noel Guzman.
Davis Banks Hallman. Matthew Zachary Halverson.
Christian Michael Hurt.
Oscar Ying Hu.
Derek Scott Hubbard. Megan Catherine Hughes.
Becca Caitlin Irwin.
William G. Irwin Jr.
Olivia Lynn Jackson.
Colette Helena Janney.
Trevor Richard Jones. Shrey M. Joshi.
Aditi Kashyap.
Alexis Julia Katz.
Anusha Kashreddy.
Taylor McKinley Coots.
Brian Cooney. Mina F. Labib.
Audrey Kate Lavin.
Catherine Hayes Lemansky.
Julian Anthony Lopez.
Aja Oksan Martinez.
Madison Jade Martinez. Anthony Matthew Mazakas.
Kaylee Elizabeth McHugh.
Brianna Rose McKeon.
Rohit Naranon.
Grace Ann Nicosia.
Isabella Summer Oko.
Savnik Patel. Catherine Rose Perone. Jessica Morgan Peter.
Bhavya Fogat.
Madison Lee Plotkin.
Benjamin C. Porter.
Michael Kyle Quinlan. Sarah Catherine Quinn. Anne Colleen Reed.
Melina M. Reyes.
Catherine G. Richardson.
Kaya Nicole Saganowski.
Antonio Louise Saladin. Alyssa Diane Salmaron. Perry Emil Dulai Santos.
Victoria Ann Savelli.
Caitlin Sinetra.
Devin Rose Shaw.
Akshay Shiv Kumar. Abigail Elizabeth Simmons. Jaskaran Singh.
Vani Singh.
Brian Scott Smith.
Sophia Soper.
Raishin Wang. Liam Grant Watson. Ava Nicole Wiener.
Jamil Christopher Whitman.
Joe Woods.
Julia Rose Woodworth.
John Case Yukupovich. Kendra Marie Zaleski. Nicolina Ruth Zapley.
Justin M. Abel.
Marvin A. Acuna Jerez.
Ryan Anthony Adiego.
Max Andreas Ainsworth. Harris Akhtar. Jeffrey E. Alcaday.
Natalie Rachel Ottman.
Bryce Matthew Ansel.
Natalie K. Anso.
Evelyn Sue Angelucci. Natalia Nicole Arrington. Edward N. Austin.
Karan L. Barham.
Olivia Giovanna Barone.
Jalen Serene Beecham.
Patrick David Beisman. Luke William Bell. Katharina Bertrand.
Robert Michael Bittner.
Isabella Biek.
Brielle Lee Black.
James Alexander Bahoney III. Madison E. Bopp. Hunter Firstborn.
Connor Matthew Bushell.
Abigail Teresa Boyle.
Tatiana M. Braun.
Jenna Elizabeth Breeden. Robert M. Breeze III. Ashani Laurel Brooks.
Derek A. Brown.
Scott D. Burgess.
Emma M. Cabal.
Spencer James Carroll. Amon H. Chaudhry. Brian Trikoki.
Dakota M. Clayton.
Phoebe May Conover.
Xavier S. Cordero.
Andrew Ronald Casolero. Corey Daniel D'Imperio. Hannah Demeter.
Nicholas J. Dessen.
Ariana Isabel Deschamps.
Xavier J. Dukes.
Justin Thomas Dwyer. Danielle L. Eastman. Riley A. Eastman.
Tommy Eastmond.
Eleni Brooke Etter.
Michael D. Evans.
Michael Anthony Everett. Alexandra Exodoctilis. Angela C. Forelli.
Robert John Fisher III.
James P. Fluharty.
Cody Courtney.
Hannah Faust. Jashawn D. Fowler. Charlize O. Frempong. Saloni Gadkari. Caleb T. Garman.
Ryan Garwood.
Kaylee Catherine George. Ryan Gervasio. Anthony Gianpietro.
Kennedy Alexandria Gibbs.
John Dean Gelati.
Carmen Joseph Girardin.
Cyan Martinique Nicolin Gooch. Matthew William Grassley. Jason A. Grindlinger.
Franklin John Guest.
Robert D. Guillaume.
Eric S. Goldprinson.
Yasmin Gungor. Alexander Guzman. Tiana Victoria Hall.
David Hartway.
Tegan May Havens.
Alexander K. Haynes.
Azaria Kendall Hendrick. Samantha L. Hendrickson. Adriana Nyea Marie Hill.
Antep I. Hill.
Thomas Hill.
Justin William Hoffman.
Brittany Gail Hope. Zachary Tyler Hop. Jake Christopher Horner.
Joseph P. Horton III.
Alexis F. Hudson.
Joseph Mario Infant Jr.
Justin Tyler Engling. Shane Elizabeth Engling. Aida Grace Ingram. Hamza Muhammad Islam.
Jasmine Tiana Jackson.
Isaiah Richard James.
Aiden Jantorno.
Jaden Glenn Johnson. Quintavious Johnson. Hunter Jordan.
Zachary Allen Joseph.
Christopher James Kenny.
Declan Killen.
Joshua Brian King. Kelly S. Kahn. Travis Daniel Kotanecki.
Jasenia M. Ladore.
Simran Lajandari.
Jair S. Lane.
Jamal Elijah Lane. Charles D. Larkin Jr.
Michael Lawrence Law Jr.
Zachary R. Lawler.
Brandon M. Lawrence.
Daria A. Lewandowski.
Jacoby A. Lewis. Allison Gladys Linton.
Abigail Courtney Lippincott.
Dylan Tyler Littlefield.
Domingo Marcano Lawler III.
Christopher Alexis Lopez.
Andrew Logan McFarland. Benny Leroy Macklin.
Angela Malinowski.
Marissa Malinowski.
Abigail N. Mayberry.
Jillian Noel McNabb.
Tyler Nathaniel McNeil. Elmira J. Mendoza.
Chelsea Maria Messer.
Kareem Middleton.
Michael J. Moriel.
Jason Frederick Nixon, Jr. Cole Patrick O'Dwyer.
Helena Medina Olenek.
Joanna Riley Patton.
Vincent Albert Paulson.
DeAndre Elijah Pearson.
Evan Joseph Pearson. Nelson Perez.
Charles Andrew Pillock.
Joshua A. Pogue.
Brianna Lee Powell.
Abigail Barbara Quinn.
Dina Marie Radis. Allison K. Racer.
Trinity Faye Rasmussen.
Michelle Rassabong.
Sean M. Raymond.
Morgan Lynn Rayner.
Katie Michelle Reynolds. Jessica Lee Rice.
Kavaris K. Richardson.
Cyan J. Rincon.
Christopher Carlos Rios.
Jason Anthony Rivera.
Faith N. Rivera. Cody A. Rollison.
Veronica Lynn Rouse.
Nathan James Rupanak.
Lauren Marie Russo.
Lewis. Yes. Louis Theodore Russo.
Agnello Joseph Sabatino.
Dylan C. Sanchez. Carlos Santana.
Avon Anthony Sawchuk.
Aria Lydia Scaglione.
Joseph Brian Skelza.
David Nano Schiavone.
Jahan Shandilia. Zachary David Shepard. Christian J. Slaby.
Makai K. Smith.
Patrick Xavier Smith.
Brianna Christine Sorrento.
Michael St. George Gilio.
Hannah Aline Stark. Haley Catherine Stark.
Ethan and Stephen Salinas.
Emily Ann Stinson.
Good try. Samantha Erica Stout.
Amanda Stryker.
Alexis Sukis. Simone N. Tard.
Jason Tenzer.
Sarabjit Das Singh Thind.
Damien A. Troton.
Shamir Kenyatta Basan.
Jonathan Lee Venegas. Anthony Patrick Villani.
Angelina R. Vitale.
Rachel N. Watson.
Dalen Ulrich Weatherwalks.
Kimberly D. Weltner.
James Lee White. Abigail Rose Williams.
Alyssa Jean Wolverton.
Brandon Jacob Workman.
Nathina Raquel Wright.
Kendall Marie Wazinski. Maximilian Yakovich.
Madison Claire L. Young.
Derek M. Zaldenbide.
Jonathan R. Zeibel.
Hannah Jane Zenowitz.
Caitlin Kerfis.
Lindsay Mitchie.
Brielle O'Neill. Jill M. Shaw.
Reagan Norwood. Carson Norway.
At this time, I am pleased to invite the 2019 graduates of Northern Burlington's choir to sing the senior song.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, and they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, and they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not yet to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are warriors. And that's what we when the sharpest words wanna cut me down. Gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. Not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I make no apologies. This is me.
Thank you, that was wonderful. Now would senior, now graduate, Nicolina Zappoli deliver the 2019 graduation address, please.
When I first joined the track team as a young and impressionable sophomore, I believed, like many others, that it was an individual sport. My focus was on bettering myself and doing whatever possible to attempt to be the strongest and fastest on the team. For a while, this strategy seemed to work, and I saw my times get faster just as my legs got stronger. It wasn't until I had the opportunity to run on the 4x800 meter relay team that my perspective quickly changed. It wasn't just me running the race alone anymore. It was a combined effort of all four of us. I started relying on my teammates to help get through tough practices, and in turn, I cheered them on during every race. I learned that even if I was the best in the nation, my team wouldn't benefit unless we worked cohesively to reach our full potential. Just as a star in the musical requires support from other characters and stage crew, or how a band relies on each instrument to create a song, it is necessary to have the combined support of each other to make a difference in this world. The human race functions like an ecosystem. Each organism has its own role to play, but in order for the entire system to be successful, All species must network together for mutual survival. You don't have to be on top of the food chain to make a difference. Every person in this audience is capable of spreading kind words and helping those in need. These small, yet enormously powerful acts have the ability to change lives and create a better environment. A Chinese proverb states, "If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else." Just as we are all members of the same ecosystem, we are all part of a mutualistic relationship where the positive actions of one benefits the well-being of the rest. In order to ignite change, we need to take each challenge by the reins and face what is in front of us. Thus, in order to create a difference in this world, helping others and working together are key. When we see influential figures such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Mother Teresa, we see that their wise words had the power to stand alone, but without action, they were just words. No matter how much they preached, a difference wouldn't have been made if other people had not joined together to advocate for the cause. Regardless of the path that you choose to take, you have the capability of molding your own future and leaving a lasting impression on those around you. As Maya Angelou profoundly claimed, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Instead of focusing on how we are different, we need to focus on how we can work in unison to make a change that will reverberate through history. So, congratulations, class of 2019. We have finally reached the apex of the mountain that has taken 4 years to climb. Though this uphill battle has been one riddled with successes and failures, it has also been one of personal growth. As we venture out now to follow our own paths, I hope that each of you find it in your hearts to recognize the significance of contributing to the world around you. Our society is made up of numerous cycles that rely on each other, just as the natural world revolves around the sun. As I learned that track is not an individual sport, I understood that life itself is also not meant to be individual. We rely on each other for support, like how a team relies on its members for encouragement and confidence. Perhaps the simplest gesture can produce a reaction with the most profound effects, and just may be the ultimate fuel for our souls. Thank you.
Please welcome again Class President Carson Norway, who will address the class and lead the moving of the tassel.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to stand in front of you all today and address such an outstanding class. To my fellow graduates, we did it. In a few short moments, we will have officially completed one of the biggest milestones of our lives thus far. As this chapter of our lives comes to a close, many of us are looking forward to our future endeavors. The anticipation of college freedom, the excitement of tackling curriculum centered around our career interests, and new friendships waiting to be created. But as we daydream about the great times that lie ahead, it is important to reflect on the experiences we've had at Northern. The Friday night football games, Blue and Gray Spirit Weeks, school musicals, field trips, band concerts, prom, and everything in between. Before moving on from these hallways and into the world of tomorrow, we must look back and remember the mark that we left on Northern Burlington High School. Princess Diana was one of the most well-known philanthropic forces of the 20th century, working tirelessly to help those in need. She once said, "Everyone needs to be valued. Everyone has the potential to give something back." These words inspired my actions. The spring of my sophomore year, I discovered the Give Kids the World Village, a nonprofit organization partner with the Make-A-Wish Foundation that provides children with life-threatening illnesses and their families week-long vacations at no cost. Children who are normally bombarded by nurses and doctors inside countless hospital rooms are given a chance to escape from it all and make memories while they still have the opportunity. With hospital bills piling up in the parents' lap, a family vacation to Disney World may seem like a fantasy without the help of Give Kids the World. After months of selling t-shirts and hosting fundraisers to raise money for the organization, I flew to Orlando to see the village for myself. When I arrived, it was as if I had stepped into a fairy tale. I met inspiring families who were filled with gratitude, children in awe at how extraordinary life is outside of a hospital bedroom. It was so humbling to know that the money I'd raised will help more children's dreams come true. I hope that my story influences my peers to explore the impact they can have on causes that mean the most to them as they embark on the path that lies ahead of them. As high school students, we may not think that we are capable of making much of a change in the lives of others. As freshmen, we were only starting to do things for ourselves, let alone things that benefit others. I'm sure many of you have heard the saying, every journey begins with a single step. And for the future Greyhound alumni standing in front of me today, that step was taken right here at Northern Burlington. Before we can even imagine the possibility of changing the world, we must first leave a positive impact on the places that have gotten us to where we are today. Whether it was staying after school to tutor a freshman who was struggling in geometry, or inviting the new kid to come sit with you at lunch, your contributions to the Northern Burlington community have not gone by unnoticed. The decisions that you have made to benefit others will be the stepping stones to leading a life of helping those around you and beyond. In the well-known children's book, The Lorax by Dr. Seuss, you can find these wise words. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. I encourage my fellow graduates as they step into adulthood to discover a cause that sits close to their heart and do everything in their power to make someone's life a little brighter. I am honored to be amongst the future activists, conservationists, politicians, and philanthropists that make up the amazing class of 2019. Today is a success for each of us, but I look forward to hearing your success stories in the years to come and how you will continue to make the world a better place. Never forget where you came from and the difference you made here at Northern Burlington. Once a Greyhound, always a Greyhound. Thank you and congratulations. At this time, I invite the graduates to please rise. Move your tassels from the right side of your cap to your left over your heart. Good luck and congratulations, 2019! Woo! Congratulations, students. At this time, feel free to work with your families, see your families. Congratulations.